Hey, welcome back
to another episode
of Absolutely Clueless.
Clueless.
And this is the final episode of season 2, people.
Final episode, episode 10 of
We
season
made it.
2. Yeah.
And we've accomplished so much.
We actually have. We've had a really interesting season. I know we had a big break at one point. That was not intended and that was not our fault.
Honestly, there's been so many obstacles in our path. Like, someone doesn't want us to win. Okay?
No, it's actually true.
But we're still here. We're surviving and thriving.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, to get on with the episode, as you guys will have seen from the title, this one is about what counts as cheating, basically.
Yeah.
We asked you guys and the answers are juicy.
Very interesting. And some of those, I think, it's kind of like every episode, every time we do polls, me and Samara, we vote differently.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be fun to discuss those.
So, to get straight into it, our first question to you guys on Instagram was, have you ever been cheated on? So, 44% said yes, and 56% said no. I've never been cheated on. Have you?
No. Well, I've only been in one relationship.
Yeah.
And, well, okay, we'll get into it.
Yeah. To my knowledge, I've never been cheated on, anyway.
So it's like, yeah, to my knowledge, I've never been cheated on, and then I don't think I've ever been, like, done dirty in a way either. Not necessarily. As in, like, I had an agreement with someone and they broke it. Like, I don't think.
I think I've had, like, people flirt with the line. Like, play with my emotions. Like, flirting with the line. Like, don't do that.
I've been treated like shit. That's for sure. Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. They've been hurting my feelings.
Out here. In these streets. Okay, so, have you ever cheated is another question.
Yeah, so we put this one on you then. So, 12% of people said yes, and 88% of people said no.
I appreciate the honesty, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really do appreciate the fact that people admitted that.
Yeah.
I think it's like, no one's proud to have cheated, I feel like.
No, definitely not.
So.
But then I feel like the people who have cheated and they've learned that that's not what they want to do, they'll be more at terms with what they've done, the mistakes that they've made. And because they've kind of learned that that's not what they want to do in the future, maybe that's why they're okay to admit it. I feel like someone who is a serial cheat, and they're still doing it, I don't know if they would be so quick to call themselves a cheat.
I mean, they've got to be one side of the coin, of like, they've got to be on one side of the extreme. Like, either they're super ashamed of it or they're so numb to what they're doing, they just don't care and like, yeah, I cheat, so what?
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know what gets me is the people that we know have cheated and they make statements online about being loyal.
I just want a loyal girl. I just want a girl to treat. Stop acting up and maybe you'll find one.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about you stick to one girl and she'll stick to you and only you.
I feel like it's mad how certain people are out here doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they have the audacity to try and call out other people's behaviour, especially of the opposite gender, when they're like fully attacking the opposite gender. This is girls and boys, and they're just like, men are trash, women are hoes, whatever. And it's like, but you're doing a madness too.
I know.
Like, you're part of the problem.
I think people have a double standard.
Yeah, for sure. Or they feel like everything's happening to them, so what they do doesn't count.
Oh yeah, they just always victimize themselves.
Yeah.
So they can't do anything wrong. It's everyone else is doing something wrong to them. Or they were always justified in their actions.
Yeah.
And they can't give grace to anybody else.
Yeah, there's no room for anyone else's mistakes.
Yeah. So after asking everyone, have you ever cheated? And, some people confessed, most people said no. We then asked you, can cheating ever be justified? And we asked people to give examples. So firstly, 24% of people said that yes, cheating can be justified, and 76% of people said no. Yeah,
so still the majority. I think I voted no.
I actually voted yes.
Yeah, I think I might have, because I have 2 accounts. So I might have voted both yes and no, because there are some circumstances where I do feel like people are trapped and,
exactly.
feel scared to leave maybe an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
But anyway, what did people say?
Yeah, people was I.
Well, people said.
If people can't get out of abusive relationships but want a momentary escape. So that's like one of the scenarios. I can, like, in my head, I'm picturing, let's say, a man or a woman they can't, they're kind of stuck, they're kind of dependent in some way to their partner, and they can't leave them, but somehow they meet someone, and they've got a chance to just like have an escape.
It's like that movie that we watched, the period movie about the woman who was with an abusive, she was American, she was with that abusive, emotionally abusive English guy, and she had an affair with this like CIA agent, do you remember? And they met again when they were older. They'd written letters back and forth. Boot.
What's it called?
I can't remember what the name of it was, but we watched it together.
I don't remember that. It's a film?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all.
And we watched it not long ago.
Sorry, man.
It's like in the 50s. And she got in a car accident.
Ah, yeah.
And she forgot everything.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was good. That was one of those where I was like rooting for the cheater. Yeah. And like, but it's also the way that film was made. It's like,
because she got into, spoiler alert, she got into this car accident and forgot that she'd had this affair. So the husband took that as an opportunity to be like, because she kind of had a memory up until a point, so she remembered the affair, but she'd forgotten like how she got in the accident and all of that. So he was just like, the guy that you had an affair with died.
Yeah, but the guy she was having an affair with, she was like so much more respectful towards her. He actually saw her as like an equal human being. Yeah. And I feel like she was quite justified in going for him over her husband. Okay, and of course the context at that time in the 1950s, you can't just divorce your husband. Obviously these days it's not like I would say that's a good thing for someone to get into, but yeah, in that situation the cheating is kind of justifiable.
I mean, I was still screaming at the screen like, fucking leave the guy, like,
just get away from him.
But you know, life is complex, people are complex.
Definitely.
So I was definitely rooting for the affair. Anyway, that's an example.
I was thinking in this episode, I think we could talk about some scenarios, such as like some cheating scandals that have happened.
Oh, like Chloe and Tristan.
Yeah, I was thinking Chloe and Tristan, and I was also thinking Beyonce and Jay-Z, because they're an example of that have stayed together. Yeah.
It's interesting in case of celebrities, because it's such it's another form of disrespect in that it's so public. So you're showing people publicly that you actually have less respect for the relationship than me. Yeah.
It's not just the disrespect as well. It's like, it's a different level of pain, because
humiliation.
Because there's that added level of humiliation. Everyone is asking you about it. Everyone's on your case. You actually have nowhere to hide. Like,
everyone's waiting to see how you're going to react to the situation as well.
And some people actually want to see you miserable as well, and they kind of bear witness to that.
It's embarrassing, and then you don't know which way to go from there, because you want to obviously get the relationship that you had entered into and thought you had agreed to. You want that back, but then also it's like, is this weak? Am I showing them that they can do whatever they want? So it's really interesting. Obviously with Beyonce, she made that insane album that was basically dedicated to the scandal.
And obviously her sister slapped him up in a lift.
Things to say /do.
So in a way, they kind of went through that period and they decided to stick together for life anyway. Like, they remarried, didn't they? Or they renewed their vows. And now they're still together, and it's like, who are we to say that they aren't now gonna last for life? I just know that could never be me. I feel like Do you though?
It couldn't be me. I couldn't ever trust you again, ever.
I feel like I would never trust again. I feel like I would always be, because I feel like I'm an anxious person anyway. Like, someone could be treating me the best, and I'm like, still, I don't trust you. What are you doing on the weekend?
I just feel like all these things that I'm at ease about now, and that just comes so easily in the relationship that I'm in now, if all those things were to get ruined, I feel like it would just live rent free in my head, that the amount of times that you break my trust, even if it happened once, you broke my trust multiple times in that one situation.
It's not only that you did what you did, it's that you went somewhere with the intention, you probably lied,
Yeah, you lied, you approached someone, or they approached you and you entertained it. You had a conversation. Like, there's so many points that you can say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, especially if they slept with someone else. Like, you've said yes so many times, but you should have said no. So there's been so many opportunities for you to go, let me respect my partner, and you've just gone, nah, fuck it. I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I can't get over that. Let alone if it was like an ongoing affair. Then you really don't give a fuck.
It was an ongoing affair.
Then you really don't give... Like, Tristan... Did Tristan have an ongoing affair? Or was it, like, one-offs?
I don't know, but the fact that his affairs led to pregnancies...
Ew! Sickening!
Yeah. I feel like I would just be so traumatised.
He concealed the fact that he was having a baby with someone else.
Yeah.
Until Chloe was... They were having a baby with a surrogate. Yeah. But, like, it came out, she was like, I wouldn't ever have fucking agreed to have another child by you.
Yeah.
I knew that you were...
That's so sad, honestly. I would feel so traumatised.
I know people have a lot to say about Chloe, but I'm so sick and tired of, like, seeing people, like, cuss her out.
Yeah.
And so little is said about Tristan, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, he's the doer.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you gonna blame someone for wanting to see the best in somebody?
Yeah.
He's the one that's breaking people's trusts consistently.
And hurting people and creating painful memories that will live with them forever. Yeah. It's his doing. Like, she is... Some people might think it's naive, some people might think it's, like, wishful thinking and silly. Okay, fine, but it came from a good place. It came from, like, I want... you know, you to be the person I think you are. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like with cheating as well comes... Well, cheating is a form of abuse, isn't it? I feel like it can definitely... Because if you're a cheater, you're also a manipulator. And I feel like that, in the dynamic of a relationship, it can... Like, if someone has been cheated on, they're a victim. So I feel like in some ways, it can definitely... be abusive.
For sure. I think because there is a power dynamic there now, because you know something I don't, and you're able to play with all the facts that you have, knowing that I'm not privy to some of it, and you can, like, manipulate parts of the truth to make me believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that dynamic.
No,
you
I
have
don't
the power
like that.
to do all that shit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck. Can cheating be justified? In my opinion,
yeah,
I think I have much sympathy for it at the end of the day. This is kind of on a similar wave. Can you forgive a cheater? More people said yes, actually. 41% said yes and 59% said no.
Interesting.
That is interesting, because why then isn't it, can it never be justified, but it can be forgiven? So you can, is it if someone comes up to you with their hands held up going, you know what, I'm a disgraceful human being.
Yeah, and they actually say sorry wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times as well, forgiving is not actually about whether that person has come to terms with what they've done. Sometimes it's just about you saying, I forgive you and I've moved on. So it's sometimes about, like, the victim more so than the perpetrator. I think
that's the hardest part, and the worst and most unfair part is that all the work to redeem a relationship after cheating is the onus is on the victim, the onus is on the person that's been cheated on. Like,
but also people might be saying that they'll forgive a cheater. It doesn't mean that they'll stay with them, because you can forgive someone that's done you wrong and decide to not continue to be in a relationship with them.
That's true.
Like, you can end it and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna hate you forever, and we don't need to end this on bad terms, but I can't be with you anymore because
it's not the relationship I signed up for.
Yeah.
I could never ever forgive. I want everyone to know that. Like, I want someone to know that. I want everyone to know that.
And you know what? I think it's okay to never forgive people. Like, I don't feel like I feel like I'll never forgive certain people, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that I'm carrying hateful energy with me for the rest of my life.
You'll just never look back and go, you know what, that was okay, because it fucking wasn't.
It'll never be okay. Yeah.
Or that you accept what their actions were, because again, no, you could have chosen to do something different. It's just like, I accept the situation, and I have moved on and learned from the situation. And I'm not like, why did that happen to me? It's like, okay, that happened, I accept that that's happened, and I've learned a lot from it, but I'll never forgive you for putting me in that position. No.
No.
Because you didn't have to fucking do
Exactly, you piece of shit. Right, so then we asked you, this is interesting. So we asked you, what do you count as cheating? Did anyone give any responses? Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, we actually have quite a lot here. Right, the first one is approaching other people with the intention of pursuing them romantically / sexually.
Yeah.
That's like a done deal.
Yeah. Because even if it wasn't accepted, you had the intention.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters to me.
Have you seen those TikTok videos where it's like, the worst thing than your man cheating, then finding out your man has cheated,
oh my God,
is finding out that he tried to cheat and no one wants him.
Bro, because now I'm like, what am I even trying to keep you for?
What am I even trying to keep you for?
Who am I keeping you from?
Nobody
Nothing.
wants you. There's no competition.
Yeah. There's so many things that are actually disgraceful about that situation. Because first of all, no one wants you. Second of all, you tried and tried and tried again. So you really actively were out here going, a normal person would go, okay, I was rejected. Do you know what? Maybe that's a sign. I'm doing the wrong thing. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I've got a girlfriend at home. I've got a boyfriend at home. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Instead you're like, maybe I'll try that person. That person will give me a go. No, stop.
Yeah, literally.
You should stop.
Yeah.
How about that?
Terrible. But that's karma. You tried to cheat. And your karma is you got rejected. I wanted to say something offensive, but that's not even.
Who is this person?
I don't know, actually.
So specific.
Oh god, right. The next one is kissing and sleeping with other people. When we actually get down to the specifics. Yeah.
Unless you're in a polyamorous relationship.
Exactly, because that's not breaking any agreement, is it? Like, if you've agreed that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
When they disrespect the boundaries of the relationship that we decided together. Did you get that?
Yes. I don't know if that's cheating, though. Boundaries, because that's so broad.
Yeah, but if you've sat down with someone and you've discussed, I think it's cheating if you text other girls, I don't know.
I think that, because I feel like that's really broad, because if you say boundaries, like one of my boundaries can be completely nothing to do with cheating. It can just be like, respect my time, like, can you clean up after yourself, or can you
I get you.
Make sure that you lock the whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think in this case it's like boundaries in terms of cheating.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I take that in a broad sense.
Okay.
Of like, because I feel like disrespecting boundaries is disrespecting boundaries, and then cheating is very specific. Like, example of a boundary.
Yeah.
That doesn't really ever need to be specified, to be honest.
No. No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. If you're in a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. I feel like you have to specify if you don't want to.
Yeah. No, actually, that's actually going to piss me off, because I know that there's people that are like, we never talked about it, so.
What do you mean?
We never talked about it. That's what, basically, I was given all clear to do it.
Yeah, that's dumb, and it's gaslighting to its finest.
Actually, it is.
You never said, like, are you a child?
Do I have to tell you everything?
Do I have to, like, make you a rule book? Here are the golden rules. Remember the golden rules in junior school?
Oh my god, yes.
That's what you need, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you need? You're not stupid. Yeah, you've got a degree.
You dumbass. Or maybe they don't.
You dumbass with a degree. Someone said, giving someone a clear indication something will happen to something intimate. Happening.
Yeah. I think
that
you ran out of space.
Happening.
That's funny. Yeah, so like giving an indication that something will happen. Yeah, so that's basically
when you look at someone across the room.
Yeah. Come to me, mama. Come to me, papi.
Mama. Who the fuck is mama? Who's mama? Who's the fingers you like that? What the fuck?
see me doing this in the club. Yeah, in Paris, Manchester.
And she's just mumbling to herself, just know she's saying, come to me, mama.
Oh, that's my flirtation technique. Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, basically that is what we're doing. I think more subtle than that. Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh, it's like, yeah.
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 Yeah, so it can, so I think basically they're trying to say it's not just actually the act of kissing someone, the act of sleeping with someone, it can be anything leading up to that point.
Yeah.
Where it's like the other person believes that there's going to be something happening between you.
Yeah, giving the indication.
Yeah, but then some people are really dumb, like, and they think you're interested.
Oh, go on, no. Okay. I'm really excited.
Some people are really dumb and think that you're interested in them when you're not. So, like,
that's true.
I feel like that happens a lot with girls. Like, guys read into girls' actions and they think girls are interested in them when girls really just want a friendship.
But then we don't know the other side because it could happen a lot on the other side.
Actually, yeah.
I've had, I know that it's happened to my boyfriend before. Awkward.
That is awkward.
It's awkward. I've already told you, but I'll remind you.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it. Come to me,
Got it, mommy.
Stop saying this shit. Got it, mommy. Oh my god.
Break.
Oh god, my stomach.
What's the next one?
Wait, I want to actually build on that.
Okay, go ahead.
The whole, like, when guys, like, because I want to tell you a story about Saturday night. Saturday night. It was interesting, to say the least.
Oh, Jesus.
So, we got invited by a friend to come out and basically shoot a music video for Sneak Bow. And it was, like, in a club, so it was, like, everyone's, like, dancing around. There was just a cameraman, like, kind of going over everyone.
Yeah.
And then there was, like, an afters, which was really small. But I don't want to go into too much detail.
Yeah.
But obviously there was a few guys, few girls. We were basically observing because we were very sober. And I just feel like, you know, when you're in those scenarios when you don't even feel like you want to smile at a guy.
Yeah.
That's how I felt in that situation. I didn't want to smile. I didn't want to, like, even, like, entertain too long of a conversation because I didn't want to.
Yeah, you didn't want
any vibe.
Yeah, you don't want them to read into it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some guys think that when girls decide to be in a certain environment, that means instantly they're game. But no.
Yeah. And it's annoying that we have to think like that because why can't I just relax?
Yeah, why can't I just go
myself.
to like a chill afters?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I do feel like I've seen it the other way around when girls have really read into a guy like being nice, or even just like if they are flirting but they just find flirting fun.
Yeah.
Or just like they do it with most of their friends and and it's not like they actually want to pursue something with you, and then some girls can get like a bit upset or annoyed that maybe they've been like sold a dream. Or I've seen it at work.
I see that a lot.
Not where I am now, but previous jobs.
I see that a lot on the Gals Who Date page, the Facebook page. Like, people will say, oh, I was dating this guy and it was all perfect and everything. Like, I really thought he was into me, and then all of a sudden he goes to me, whatever, he said he changed his mind. Like, was I love bombed? And not necessarily. It's just they probably came to a point where they came to the conclusion of the talking stage. Like, the talking stage is an experiment. Yeah,
you're exploring each other. It's not a promise.
Yeah, it's not a promise, and you do have to go through that. And like, you might get to the point where you've gotten to know someone enough that you found out things that make you not want to be in a relationship. So then they end it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you will have bombed.
Everyone's right to be able to choose that they want to continue something or to end something.
Yeah.
I feel like too many people think, oh well, I've given them this impression now, I've kind of owe them myself and my time, and you don't owe anyone anything.
You actually don't, and you don't. Even if like no one's done anything wrong, you are still allowed to decide that you don't want the relationship anymore or pursue anything anymore.
It might just not be the kind of relationship you want for yourself. It's a big commitment. It's better than entering into something half-heartedly and then, you know, halfway down the line you were never that invested, so then you end up wanting to cheat, and then you break someone's heart and trust. Properly. It's easy just to do it earlier on. I do feel like I've been seeing the love bombing thing get thrown around, like that phrase getting thrown around all the time now. I think it's quite dangerous to just use it in situations where it might be unfair and it might be painful that you feel like you've been really getting on with someone and you have developed feelings and you've felt like they've sort of told you that they've developed feelings for you. But like Larissa said, like, it's an exploratory phase of dating when you first meet someone. The first 3 months are exploratory. You can go from seeing each other and then you're exclusive, and then obviously you end up in a relationship, however long that takes. But those first 3 months are so vital, and it doesn't necessarily mean just because someone goes, I want to take a step back from this because maybe something's happened, you've had your first argument, or maybe you've gone out with each other for the first time, gone to the pub with each other for the first time, you met each other's friends for the first time, and you've seen something that you don't like, and it's one of your like core boundaries that you're like, actually this changes who I thought this person was completely.
Yeah, it could change everything.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean that they lied to you when they said they liked you. They liked what they thought they knew about you. Yeah, but they didn't know everything about you. Now they've learned more, and they go, you know what, I can appreciate that that's what you like. I'm just going to take myself away from you because we're not meshing. This isn't for me. It's true. You're well within your right to do that.
It's true. You might be getting to know someone and all you learn about them is none of the serious stuff for the first 3-4 months. And then after 4 months, you're like, shit, you're actually racist. Or, shit, you're actually...
really bad with money.
Yeah. You've got debts, or you've got fucking... low-key, you've got a baby mum on the side.
Yeah, and all your friends, they're just like scruffy, or they just don't like care about each other, or like have any respect for each other. The way they talk to you, I don't like it. And and you just see a different side to people the more you learn about different aspects of their lives. Even how someone, maybe the first time they take you home to their parents, the way they talk to their parents, you're like, why are you talking to your fucking mum like that? Yeah. What the hell? And I see you different. Like,
and then it can completely change, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna opt out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just be wary, I think, of using that. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but I still think that when it's a diagnosis, really, you're diagnosing someone as a love bomber, and I think that like it's quite intense to do that when there's other things to consider, I think. Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah,
let's get back to the cheating. Another person said that this is what counts as cheating: violating a boundary with someone that you actively hide from your partners.
The hiding part is actually quite interesting. Yeah. I think boundaries is very broad, but hiding something. Yeah.
If you're hiding something, that's where lying comes from, that's where manipulation comes from, gaslighting, which are all the elements of cheating, like the foundations of cheating.
Yeah, and it indicates the fact that you know that you're not meant to do that. Yeah. Or you could, if your partner found out, then they may not want to be with you anymore. Yeah. And that's interesting.
I just thought this one. I'm not gonna say your name, but whoever wrote anal, you know who you are. You're not allowed.
We're trying to fucking have a deep conversation about cheating, right? We're all opening up to each other, yeah. We're all being honest. Then you come along.
You come along. You know who you are. You fucking almost 40-year-old.
Do you know what as well?
You write anal in the box.
Do you know what as well? Some people actually have an argument as to why that doesn't count.
Actually, they do.
Yeah. They
do.
Doesn't count if it's none of the VJ. The VJ. The VJ. Yeah. Although that's only heterosexual relationships, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. That's very heteronormative.
You can't be saying that. Don't be smart.
Don't be smart.
You know, don't try and be smart. That's not gonna work.
Oh, good. Right, the next few polls that we did is we basically went through a series of asking, is it cheating if, and then we gave you scenarios. Yeah. And then you said, you guys answered yes or no. So should we take it in turns?
Yep.
So the first one, is it cheating if they flirt with other people? Interesting one. 53% of people said yes.
I said no.
Yeah, 47 said no.
I think my boyfriend said yes.
Should we check?
I think he did. Cause I was like, oh, okay.
Did you not talk about it before?
I think so, actually. No, I think he has said.
He did say yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The reason why I said no is because I feel like you can have flirty friends. I can flirt with my girlfriends, and like it's a joke. I guess it's the intention.
Yeah, it's the intention. Like, I guess sometimes some kind of flirting can come under the category of banter. And yeah, some people do just have the type of personality where they give a lot of compliments, maybe.
I do feel like I get uncomfortable if ever I'm in a situation with a guy doing that. Like, I don't think I would ever reciprocate.
Like
that
if a guy
energy.
has a girlfriend and he's complimenting you.
Or even if just a guy is complimenting me and like being a bit flirty, then I get a bit like, I don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I can have like flirty banter with like my non-heterosexual friends and then my girlfriends. I guess it's because it's obvious that no line is being crossed. Like, we all know your intentions aren't to sleep with me.
Yeah. But
so,
yeah, I think it's in scenarios where the intention is to sleep with someone.
Yeah.
I think I voted no because I don't think it's okay to flirt with other people actually.
But you voted no. It doesn't count.
Oh, I mean yes.
Okay.
I think it is.
Did you?
I think it is. Oh, I said no.
Explain yourself.
I was of a different mindset.
I was in a different place back then.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So is it cheating if they watch porn? 6% said yes. Let's see who. I'm interested to know. And obviously 94% said
that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. So most people think watching porn is not cheating. That's interesting. I think I said no because I don't think it's cheating because it's very detached. I feel like it's very disconnected. Really, it's not.
It's like watching a sexual film.
Yeah. And I don't feel like we can really impose on our partners what they do in their free time
on their own.
Like that is when they can be the most like honest with themselves, really.
Yeah, it's not really fair. I think as well with females, like allowing them to explore their own bodies sexually and like learning what they like, and it might be that they get stimulated through porn, and you're really gonna police that.
Yeah, it is policing, isn't it? And it's also shaming in a way. But I have this conversation with one of my friends all the time about porn because like obviously there's a lot of psychologists that come out and say like porn is really affecting our brains, it's really affecting young people, like the younger generation, and how boys especially view sex and then how they go on to objectify women and the kind of effect that has on society. Like it can be really bad if people are learning that sex is violent, aggressive, and it's only from the perspective of a man, and it's only for the pleasure of a man. But I feel like if someone is consuming porn in a healthy way, it's okay. But then, of course, there can be porn addicts, and there can be people who are really just not consuming porn in a healthy way. So I think that's the distinction of when it's okay and when it's not. Yeah,
but I definitely don't think that it's cheating. I know of certain situations, I can't remember if it was a documentary that I watched or a film or a show, but it was like, I know it was a documentary, it was like a woman, it was like a kind of couples therapy on a show, and it was a heterosexual couple, and the woman said that she didn't want to use any sort of dildo or vibrator because she felt like it was disrespecting her boyfriend. And he kind of backed it up saying like, I'm not really okay with it. And I was like, how dare you? That's not fair.
Yeah. Well, even on her own.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Like he didn't want her owning.
Yeah. Well, I feel like some guys don't want their women to masturbate. They want
to be in charge of their sexual pleasure.
Or to be able to like satisfy all their sexual needs. Like, why do you need a dildo when you have me? Like, why do you need that?
It's like,
is this not good enough to satisfy your sexual needs?
I think it comes from the expectation that women have a lower sex drive than men. Just
yeah,
all the time have a lower. But our cycles work so that we just have higher sex drive at a certain part of the month. Like,
yeah, it can
and
vary,
then it can go. So that's just not true.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
sometimes
not true.
The type of sex is different as well. Like,
yeah,
that women are craving. Like, sometimes it's not penetrative.
But yeah, sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, like, 9 times out of 10, if you're sleeping with a guy, there's gonna be penetrative sex, and sometimes you don't want that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of the expectation from a guy, or like the thought that I can satisfy all your sexual needs because you probably don't have as many as I do. Because I bet that they masturbate. So it's like, why do you think that you have enough sexual needs to need to masturbate, but you assume that you can, you know, satisfy everything for me?
Yeah.
That doesn't add up.
Just these entitled little boys.
Little boys. Yeah, they're boys.
Mm-hmm.
This one is so juicy.
Is it cheating if they like, react, comment on other people's pictures? So 19% said yes, and 81% said no.
Agree with the 81%.
Me too. Me too.
I feel like it's a spiral of policing someone's activity on social media. I understand that that's some people's boundaries because I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people speak about it. But I just like cheating.
Yeah.
I wonder if people that have said all this have actually ever been physically cheated on.
I know.
Because I feel like they would. I don't know, but I think I would feel very differently if someone had slept with someone else or kissed someone else compared to if they like the photo. Yeah,
exactly. I think people are just really anxious, aren't they? And I feel like I'm the same, because sometimes on Instagram you might not be looking, but because Instagram will show you in the first, like, if someone has liked a post that you follow, it will show it. If you see that same post, you will see liked by whatever, and you might see that your boyfriend or someone has seen that, and if it's like clearly a video of the opposite sex and they're looking really good or whatever,
it can make pics. I always hear people talk about bikini pics.
Yeah, and it might make you feel insecure, and I guess I can understand that. But then you really don't need to go looking for
activity.
Yeah, you don't need to go looking at their followers, looking at all the girls, and then checking their pictures to see if they've liked those pictures. That's really unhealthy, and you actually, like, if that's what you do, if you get into that pattern of doing that, you're feeding into your anxiety, I feel like, and into your insecurity and to your distrust. You need to stop it.
Yeah, because you're wasting a lot of your time where you could be enjoying that person and learning a lot more about them.
Yeah, genuinely.
Honestly, you learn and you'll find out so much more about someone's morals by spending time with them than investigating behind the scenes, I think.
Yeah, investigate behind the scenes, because you don't even know why they're liking those people's pictures. Like, they might actually be friends with them, and or they might just like everybody's pictures. Sometimes I don't even notice how much I actually like pictures as I'm scrolling through. It's definitely worth like context. I think the most dangerous thing about seeing that as cheating is that you don't know the context, and you don't actually, it's the assumption that you know the reason why. And a lot of the time it's like, oh, you assume that they like that person better than you, or that they think that they're as sexy as you, or they're sexually attracted to them and they want to pursue something with them. It's like, it's a whole spiral that you're going down because you've not communicated, and because you've gone snooping. You've gone snooping, which you shouldn't do.
No, let someone have when you're in a relationship, you still need your independence, and I don't really see the harm in it. I just don't really get how much harm it can really cause to be put under the umbrella of cheating. You know what though? I think it does make
I think it depends, obviously, how secure you feel in your relationship, because I remember, I don't think I ever told you this, but I remember with my ex, they said his ideal body type on a woman was Doja Cat, and I genuinely could not look at pictures of Doja Cat for 3 months. And I remember in Manchester there was a big billboard, do you remember, of Doja Cat, and I was like, I actually don't want to look. Genuinely. So I guess in situations like that, it depends how your partner is talking about women. And if they're talking about women in a way that they're overly sexualizing them and they're objectifying them as well, so you kind of know what their intention is behind liking other girls' pictures.
But it's good that you kind of said to yourself, I don't want to look because I know what kind of emotions that will invoke in me.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna subject myself to the whole like comparison game.
True. But also, like, now I look at Doja Cat all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so I knew it wasn't like that I have a problem with Doja Cat or like I'm comparing myself. It's because
he was
yeah. The way he was viewing her was disturbing me, and like I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah. So is it cheating if they subscribe to OnlyFans? 56. 56% said yes, 44% said no. So that's almost 50-50.
Yeah. And can we scroll back to the porn one? Because yeah, I feel like that's a really interesting one.
It was 94% said no.
So porn isn't cheating, but OnlyFans, half of people think OnlyFans is cheating.
I think I said yes, it was.
I said yes as well.
And tells you why.
I'll tell you why as well.
Tells you why.
Yeah.
I think it is completely dependent on the kind of content that you're getting, because some OnlyFans people will like act like Instagram models and not interact and just post content, and you just kind of like engage with what they're posting and they don't actually actively engage with you.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen from certain OnlyFans accounts, there is a lot of engagement. There is a lot of me messaging you personally, sending personal pictures and videos for you, saying your name. This content is specifically for you as an individual, and you just pay the premium and they will send you specifically whatever you would like, and it's for you. It's just very personal.
You can interact with them, you can engage with them.
Yeah.
And OnlyFans models can literally live down the fucking street. Like, they literally, OnlyFans people can be anywhere. You can literally know these people. You can end up seeing them, and they're almost a bit more real compared to like porn stars.
Yeah.
Because you can understand how porn and porn stars is kind of like a fantasy, whereas OnlyFans, it really is. Like, I know someone who did OnlyFans. I think everyone at this point knows at least someone or like a friend of a friend who did OnlyFans.
Yeah, I think for me it's more in porn, that video is there for the masses, and anyone can just click on, and it's not for anyone specifically. But with OnlyFans, like I said, you can literally send an individual message to an OF person, and if you just pay the premium of whatever they're asking, they will send messages back with, you know, sexual intent, sexual content, videos specifically for you, and it's a lot more effort to get specific content, sexual content from this person, first of all. So you are specifically attracted to this person.
Yeah, you've chosen them.
Yeah, it wasn't just a random like porn star that, you know, is in this video that you clicked on. You've chosen them, you've had a conversation, you've asked them to do something sexual to themselves for you. And it does kind of make, I think there are more boundaries being crossed there, and it is a little bit more intimate.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say something as well, I forgot. Oh yeah, I just find it icky as well that your partner is using their money to spend on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You can spend that, how much is it, £20 a month or something?
It
you can spend that on a date.
Depends on the members. Because that's the thing as well, it's a subscription.
Yeah.
So every month comes around and you see that come out of your account, you're not like, oh fuck, I need to cancel that. You're like, yeah, I'm subscribed.
But you know what, there's some people as well, like they'll find out that someone they know has set up an OnlyFans, and then they'll subscribe whilst there's like a free discount or whatever, just to see what's on there. And it's like, why are you even interested at that someone that you know? Why do you want to see them in that kind of way?
He definitely does kill the cat though. Like everyone's.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would never pay.
no, because there are sites.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah, I don't think I ever care enough to see something sexual about one specific person to pay. Like I feel like that's almost having like being a fan of someone and fancying them so much that
Yeah.
you would pay to see them do something sexual for you.
Yeah.
Like, you must really, like, want that person, you know?
I think that's where, like, the porn, like, watching porn can also cross a line as well, because if you're watching just generic porn whenever, but then if you've got, like, a favourite porn star, that can also be a bit, like...
True, but I feel like it's still, you can't message that porn star.
No.
Well, you can, but
yeah.
they won't message you back.
Just get Ed.
Yeah, whereas OF people have to message you back to, like,
yeah.
get the extra money for the content that you might be asking for.
Yeah.
There's just so much more accessible.
Different levels.
There's so much more accessible.
It is cheating.
If you were wondering, it's cheating, okay? Okay. Is it cheating if they have crushes on other people? 29% of people said yes. 71% said no.
What did I say?
Actually, I think I said no. I think when I thought about this, I thought about celebrity crushes. Or even if you have, like, you know, some people just have crushes on, like, you know, like, in movies when, like, wives have crushes on their PT.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, hee! And they kind of, they tell their husbands about it. And the husband's like, it's, when you're in a secure relationship, you know, you have a crush on that, on the 25-year-old PT, but honey, you're 57. Like, it's not gonna,
you know,
like, you know.
You know, this reminds me of, like, one of the early episodes of, was it Courtney and Kim or something? When they were in New York, and Courtney and Chloe, I think they hired this, like, nude yoga guy, and, like, it was, like, naked yoga.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah, and so the instructor came to the New York apartment, and there was a few of the girls there, and I think he got fully naked. And anyway, the second guy that Kim was married to walked in. Scott, I think, whilst all of that was happening, he had a good reaction though. He was just laughing.
Yeah. That is so wild.
But I find that funny.
That is so, yeah, I think it depends on how secure you are.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people said yes, and I understand why, because it could be that, you know, you've developed feelings for someone else. But I feel like if you have a crush from a distance, I don't think that's really...
Yeah.
I also think, naturally, when you get to know people, and maybe they're good looking and they're your type, and you like their personality, you can, like, nothing's going to stop you from developing a crush, but you can't help yourself. It's how you decide to act on it, and whether
exactly.
you go. But I fucking love who I'm with. I'm obsessed with who I'm with.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when you've got a crush, it literally is just shallow. So, like, you see them physically on the outside and you're like, wow, you're good looking, you're my type, so is my partner, that's why I've chosen my partner.
Yeah.
But the difference is, I'm not investing my time trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, build a connection and a deep relationship here, and that's why I'm not in love with you.
Yeah.
In love and running away in the sunset with you.
Yeah, exactly. It's all down to choices.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
that's why I think if you're in a healthy relationship, crushes shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I tell Matty about my celebrity crushes all the time.
Is he allowed to have crushes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't care.
I thought you were gonna say no. Just to be petty.
No. No. No, you can have crushes on whoever, because you'll never get them. I mean, how are you gonna get there?
Yeah.
You know, most of them are American. No, I just feel like, even if I was somehow in a circle with these people that he said that he has crushes on, the fact that he's told me makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
He's not hiding it. Yeah. He's not ashamed.
And like you said, we're the ones that are trying to build something deeper, so it doesn't really faze me. I'm not naive to the fact that you're going to find other people attractive, and you might even get along with them too. There's too many people on the planet for you not to find other people attractive and like
also have a nice personality.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you want to pursue and invest in them. So, you know,
it's all about choice at the end of the day.
It really is, people.
I learned that
really
in what's it called? Jane the Virgin. Anyway, is it cheating if they ask other people for their number or their socials? 59% of people said yes, and then 41% said no.
Do you know what? I think I voted twice here.
Yeah.
Because I got very confused.
It is a bit of a confusing question. I think it's all about intention, I guess, and context. Because if you're like, yo babe, what's your snap? Like,
You'll miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't just have to say that, you know, there's other, you also have to have intention.
Yeah.
But like,
if there's like a group setting and like you're on a night out with like some of your female friends, if you're a guy and you're on a night out with some of your female friends, and then you're like, okay, let me get your number just to make sure that you get home safe or something. But even then, like, you can have your friends' numbers. I guess it's like asking strangers in the club for their number or their socials.
I still don't think I feel like it's contextual still.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten people's, like when we went to Terrace that one time, and I had those boys on Instagram. Yeah. And then I came home and then I told my boyfriend about, oh, we met these guys, they're really fun. It's not a thing, because just because I want to potentially become friends with someone, for me, I'm like, oh, you'll love my boyfriend, like, can't wait for you to meet my boyfriend, you'll fit right into our friendship group. It's not like I'm thinking, oh god, like, I think it would be really quite dangerous and an unhappy life if I was to meet someone that I really got along with, but I didn't want to get their socials and risk never meeting them again or developing a friendship with them because I was scared about what my partner was going to say.
No, that's so true. I remember seeing a thread once of like this woman, I think she was in a relationship where the partner was really controlling. Anyway, they broke up, and then the next time with her new boyfriend, she made a friend at work, a guy friend, and she'd spend her lunches with him, but she would feel guilty about it. And then when she told her husband, like the whole way through, but he was like, I don't, like, he said something about like, that friendship it means a lot to you, like, why would I prevent you from having something that makes you happy?
Yeah.
And it was like a bit of like a moment for her where she had to unlearn this like toxic pattern that she learnt with her ex, because he was insecure and imposing rules on her and like the kind of life that she's allowed to have.
Yeah, I feel like most people go through that. I mean, I know that like a lot of girls that we know that have come out of toxic relationships have had to unlearn a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, we've had conversations where they've been like, you know what, I've since, through seeing other people who have been like proper human beings and have healthy attachment styles and boundaries and respect the fact that I have a life outside of our relationship, that's really made me realize how much that person was demanding of me and taking away from me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like don't police your partner on whether they can get someone's social or number. Just make sure that they're being respectful about it, you know? Don't stop someone from making connections with new people just to protect the connection you feel like you've made. Like,
your partner needs other people in their life, not just you.
Yeah, they can't get everything from you.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
imagine if someone expected everything from you as well. Like, that would make me feel so anxious if they expected me to be their partner, their best friend, their fucking wife.
That's just it's so codependent as well. Like, you don't even want that for yourself, because what if your partner, God forbid, passes away? Then you've been so dependent on them and you haven't built a life outside of your relationship.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to be, that's how you become multifaceted, by connecting with more than one or two people in your
community life.
Yeah. So this is the last one, guys. This is just a little bit of a few anecdotes from people sharing their cheating stories. I feel like I've never been cheated on, but I might have a little story as well to add.
Me too, actually. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so someone said, social media / tech has made it easy for people to cheat, but also get caught.
Yeah, because obviously OnlyFans never existed, and it's part of the conversation now. So it's porn. That's part of the conversation.
Even just Instagram, Snapchat is designed for messages to not be seen after 24 hours. So
Instagram, no, you can see
Snapchat, yes.
Yeah. Do you remember when Instagram in the early days had that one page where you could see what other people have liked?
Yeah.
I
remember that, and they took that off.
Yeah.
I bet people were screaming when that happened.
I know.
Like, why?
I know.
What am I going to do on my Saturday days now? If I can't look at what Rob's done.
So another person said that they were in a scenario where they were in a poly relationship, and their partner decided to not disclose intention with another person that they said was a friend.
that's interesting because obviously you assume that if someone's in a poly relationship, then everything's, off limits. But there are boundaries within. There's different kinds of poly relationships.
Yeah, and that's why I think that show that we watched was really interesting.
Oh my god, love that show.
Open House. Yeah,
guys, watch Open House.
Honestly, it's just really entertaining.
Not with your parents.
Well. Not with your parents. No,
don't do that.
No,
it's incredibly sexual. You see it.
You literally see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people do that to
see the
work.
Shadows. Yeah.
You can see people's cum faces. You see the bodies moving. You see
the shadows.
Sometimes they're not even under the sheets. Like, it's not Love Island style.
No, it's not. It's full on
like naked bodies.
Yeah.
And you see like you never see like a full you don't see a wide angle ever, but you do see like they zoom into a cum face here, a moving bum there, curling toes.
Like what positions everyone is in.
Yeah. Oh, there was that. Do you remember that bit where the two husbands were getting blowjobs and you could just see that they were lying down. They kept switching from their faces, and then the back of the women's head.
You could see the women's heads, like
and then their feet.
Yeah,
and then it was like a complete like amalgamation of just shots of that.
Do you remember the episode where? Okay, we're going off on a bit of a tangent here, but there was this episode where the guy liked to see his wife having sex with other people.
Oh yeah,
and so his wife was there having a threesome and he was watching, but he was starting to feel left out, and then one of the guys that she was sleeping with was like, oh, can you get me some water, mate?
I know, and he was like, but the thing is that what that show showed us time and time again was so many husbands came in, Billy Big Balls. I want everyone in that room. I want to have sex with everyone. Are you kidding? My wife's okay with me having sex with everyone. Bring me everyone then.
Yeah.
And then they get upset because they see their wife having sex with everyone.
Or I hate the guys that came in and they were like, yeah, we'll have a threesome with women only. Yeah. Not with other guys. Like, I don't want another guy involved.
What happens then is that most of the time the women who are in this case, a lot of the women were bisexual.
Yeah.
Fancied the wife more, and the husband felt left out.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but you just don't have that much to offer. Like,
they're not here for you.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It kept happening as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
It's actually like a flex. It's a flex for women, I feel like. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Women actually have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for.
Yeah. A lot more just like sexual prowess.
Yes.
Yeah. Be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
What was your scenario that you wanted
I was going to mention the scenario where we went on a night out and said to somebody, well, the situation where he got a girl to buy him a drink.
Oh!
Yeah. A lot of shit happened that night. Honestly, that night was weird. Like...
That was,
yeah, man, that was just...
Yeah, it's one of them where it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
And there were so many different like situations that happened consecutively throughout the night that it's kind of like an out of body experience. Like, is this happening? Should I be mad at this?
It is actually, no. I feel like that whole a lot of it was always like that. Yeah. It's like, shit, is this actually happening? Is this does he actually think that this is acceptable?
Yeah. And then it's because they're so okay with it, you're like, is this a problem? Like, is this a problem? Am I doing the most? Or is my pain, like, actually justified?
I think at that point, though, I just, honestly, just was so done. I was like, I couldn't even give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
But the audacity of that man, because, like, I honestly think he did that because he was getting jealous that some guy wouldn't leave me alone. And that was a funny scenario as well, because I didn't ask this guy to come up to me time and time again. Yeah. But I feel like for him to feel better about himself, that someone else was pursuing me, he was like, well, someone bought me a drink. He actually told me as well, he was like, that girl bought me a drink over there. Like, it was
and again, it's like, why the fuck, when you're out, because we were there. Yeah. This was like our first, I think it was like a quadruple date. Yeah. And then some of our other friends. And this was supposed to be his introduction to our friendship group. So best foot forward, right? No.
No, he just wanted to make me feel like shit with my friends.
Yeah. And it's like, you were okay to accept a drink. Like, imagine if like, a normal person would think, oh God, this human being is asking me if I want a drink. What if, you know, I'm out with my girlfriend's friends for the first time? What if they come out of the toilet or something and see me talking to this girl? They're gonna get the wrong idea. No, it was like, I fucking hope that they see me and they can tell her, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then not only to have that conversation, but to then accept the offer, and that insinuates whatever it insinuates.
And then boast about it.
Yeah.
Afterwards as well.
It's not that hard to get a drink.
No. And I saw the girl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't be acting like you hold all the power. It's actually quite sad to get excited about that as well.
Yeah, it's really pathetic actually.
Yeah. Ridiculous. But yeah, that is definitely, that is an unspoken boundary. Because that is the intention.
Like why should I tell you? Yeah, why should I tell
Yeah.
you not to do that?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I didn't have a go at him for that, because that's like making me stoop to a level of like,
yeah,
am I your mum trying to teach you how you should behave?
What's right and wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know.
Well, my situation was with my situationship in uni, you know, the one before I met my wonderful boyfriend.
Yes.
And there was a bit of like a crossover that I was unaware of. And we had ended on the note of, basically, he still wanted to be friends with me, because everyone always wants to stay fucking friends with me.
I know.
It's so weird.
Weird.
And I was very much like, do you know what, I've really learnt my lesson from last time. You know, I just feel like I need distance to be able to protect myself and just keep my sanity. And I just don't want to be policing you on who you can talk to and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, let's still be friends, please. Like, don't shut me out, don't block me. I don't want that. I want us to be on good terms. So I was like, okay, well, my only boundary would be that, you know, you can get with whoever you want because, you know, you're single, but just not in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Days later, and then it was a case of like gaslighting of like, when I brought the issue to the surface, and I was like, you know, we did agree, and then you did it, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I didn't feel like I could relax all night because I was questioning myself, and I felt like I was the only one in the room that didn't know something that everyone knew.
Yeah.
With this person, and then it also hindered me getting to know that girl, because I felt like I couldn't, because it was like a weird underlying thing. I didn't know what he had said to her about our situation as well. And then he kind of twisted it and turned it on me and said, well, I'm not seeing her, but even if I was, I am single, like, we're not seeing each other anymore. I was like, I know you're single, you can see who you want, but literally the day before we agreed, I didn't beg you to be friends with me. I didn't beg you to go out tonight. You asked me to come out, like.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you've broken the only boundary I've set. Like, do what you want. I just don't want to be involved. Like, I really just don't want to see. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And I think that did kind of shut him up, because he was like, okay, well, I guess because you're saying I can do what I want, but like, you just don't want to see it, and I can't really argue a point as to why I want you to see it.
Yeah, of course, innit?
Without sounding like a dickhead.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That did shut him up, but that's probably the closest I've gotten to cheating, because I did obviously later find out that he had been sleeping with her, and it was very, very close. I don't know if it started maybe before we were seeing. I don't know. I just don't know. But the fact is that that was a boundary, and that was a very clear boundary, and it was disrespectful, and it involved another person that I wasn't aware of. So I guess that is the closest I've gotten. Yeah,
I'm sure I've been in situations where there were people involved with someone I was seeing, and because I remember, like, there was someone at uni who I was seeing very early days, and then he kind of like said to me, oh, I'm actually like gonna try and pursue someone more seriously. But I didn't mind at all, because I was not like invested in this person, and I didn't like, I honestly wasn't that bothered. But I guess
it's like, how did you get to a point but to want to pursue someone seriously
at
the same time? Like, there's gotta
like
be,
you were seeing me. It's just like reflecting on it, I don't feel like I was done dirty, but reflecting on it, it's like, was it weird.
Treated with the right amount of respect from him?
Yeah, like, even if it didn't affect me emotionally or anything, was it still is it actually okay? Like, just because it didn't hurt my feelings doesn't mean that it was okay.
Exactly. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That was your episode. That was the last episode of the season.
Last episode of the season.
We did it.
Let's so we finally reached 500 followers.
Yeah.
Which means that the giveaway is gonna be somebody's very, very
Yeah.
soon.
Close the entries.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what the prizes are. It's a beautiful mug.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful candle.
Yeah.
It's one of our favourite books.
Yeah.
It's one of our favourite skincare products.
One of our favourite books.
And what was the last one again?
Oh god, I forgot. I think that was a
Gift card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Merry fucking Christmas. Honestly.
I know.
So that winner will be announced soon. We're probably going to leave that until the end of the year, so it's a lovely little Christmas, New Year's present for someone, you know?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Stick around. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking us to 500 followers. Over 500 now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just going to keep going. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back.
We'll be back for season 3. So
Yeah.
thank you for listening to us, and remember,
It's okay to be
clueless.
clueless. Love you.
Bye.
I don't know why I'm waving like this.
You always do that.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.
The other way.
Give it back.
Yeah.
Give it back.